Well, the sun is shining in Sydney, the weather is getting warmer, spring is getting closer, so are the finals. It's Parramatta and Canterbury, a couple of old rivals doing battle. Tevita Pangai Jr. starts in the unfamiliar 23 jersey. Cliff Gutherson. He puts boot to ball, everyone our way. Super Saturday begins. And it's the Bulldogs who've had some good moments here at CommBank Stadium. As Paul Vaughan is first to carry it forward. The Eels have never lost 2 in a row here. And this is the 4th season playing at this ground. There's a bit of physicality as King is picked off by Campbell-Gillard. Now Pangai Jr. lines up. Oh, there's Niakorte. He's first to meet with Papali'i there. So is Marnie. Canterbury stuck on their 20 on tackle 3.
Ball. Do not muck around. Tackle 3. Go. 3.
And now Vaughan. Oh, stop Cole. Well, this is an imposing start from Parramatta. King again, and this time a little more of a penetrative run there, and the offload as well. So Canterbury finish in reasonable position considering. It's Burton, and he goes conventional, end over end for distance. And it's Gutherson with the easy take, and Wanga Blake is first to bring it back for Parramatta.
He's been good for them, hasn't he? Max King, the number 8 there for the Bulldogs. 2 head-ups in that set, got driven back in the first one, said, you know what, I'm going to have another go, and gets the offload. Probably
their most consistent forward this year, Canterbury, after coming from the Melbourne Storm. Now here's Sean Lane, former Bulldog. 2015 he played at the club. Midway through the count here as they approach halfway. Comes out to Niakorte. Jackson is there to meet him. We had a couple of games here at CommBank. Campbell-Gillard bends a defensive line back. So pretty good opening set for Parramatta with the finish to come. And it's Dylan Brown putting boot to ball here. Gutherson flying through, and Avarillo is captured and pinned inside the 10 as we say hello to the very busy James Hooper on the sideline.
Afternoon, Dan and Blocker. G'day, everybody. Flat and fast conditions here, Dan. Looks outstanding for rugby league. And no surprise to see the Eels' late inclusion to the starting side. Marata Niakorte being very physical early. Ryan Matterson back to the bench. Brad Arthur wants him to be the one who takes this man, Tevita Pangai Jr., on through the middle.
Second run for Tevita and no offloads as yet. Missed last week. Luke Thompson's a great inclusion. We haven't seen him for about 3 months. Here's ball movement. Addo-Carr getting it off Burton. It's Addo-Carr. Oh, he birds his man Penasini, and then putting his body in the way to save it is Gutherson.
It's an attempted catch.
So it's a knock on, but it could have been so much worse for Parramatta. And with the
shot clock on.
A click of the fingers, Canterbury troubling Parramatta.
Well, haven't they got a wonderful understanding? Matt Burton and also Josh Addo-Carr. The catch and pass there from Burton was excellent early in the game. And Gutherson saying he didn't play at the ball there. It bounced off his chest. The referee's saying he's attempted to catch, so it doesn't look like they're going to call that one. And it's going to be a loose and a feed now to the Bulldogs.
Well, the first chance of the game really belongs to the Blue and Whites. So many of their tries on Queen's birthday were long range, but they'll appreciate this. And they'll have to re-feed that with Flanagan to have another go. Here we go. There's Pangai. Always things seem to bubble around Tevita. Junior Paolo there.
Okay, wander around, let go of him, Tevita. Head in, Jeremy. Raven, head in, Raven.
And Tevita there looking very awkward, but the ball comes out and here's Flanagan. Penalty as
Sean Lane.
Paolo and also Tevita continue their battle. It's a penalty for Canterbury.
Yeah, it looks like Sean Lane just broke from the scrum before the ball had come out. They're going to have a shot at goal, open the scoring.
Interesting for the Dogs. Interesting. So there's Mick Potter. There's been a real flair about the Bulldogs, obviously, since his arrival, taking over from Trent Barrett. As Burton will put the ball on the tee, and the Dogs, very good chance to take an early, albeit slender lead.
It's great to see them play that expansive football in their own half. You already mentioned it too. They've scored a lot of long-range tries this season. Most of them have come from Addo Carr. And he just strides down that sideline on the left-hand side, the kick back in field. It was smothered by Gutherson. Great start from the Bulldogs. It was physical stuff here from Parramatta early, but they've handled it.
That's it. And Trent Barrett, of course, mentioning him, he will be here at Parramatta as part of the coaching staff next year. But the Bulldogs, they were blown out of the water at the end last week against the Warriors and lost the week before against North Queensland, but they were in that game for a while. Burton drills it. And it's Canterbury up 2-0 with Matt Burton opening the scoring. Still just 22 years of age, Matt Burton. And it was his pass to Josh Addo Carr that just gave the Bulldogs a sniff and a warning shot for Parramatta.
He's a footballer, Burton, isn't he? You know, you see very rare natural-born footy players. He's one of them, Burton. When he first played in Origin this season, I couldn't believe the calmness and the way that he could catch and pass.
Very good crowd on a Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. Saturday, particularly in Sydney where the traffic is just horrific. It's a hard sell, but when you've got these two sides, it's a very good figure we will see this afternoon. All Sydney teams playing on Super Saturday. Manly Cronulla coming up at 5:30. That's from Four Pines. And then the last game at the SCG, the Roosters at home to the Wests Tigers. And hopefully you've got that 4K up and running. Put it on and leave it on. So Braden Burns playing it here. Here's a threat of a spread as Faitala Mariner. A great story he is coming back this year from that horrendous foot injury. Pangai catching and passing to King.
Short move, Tom. Junior here, Junior.
Marshall King at dummy half. And Pangai,
Held, last tackle. Release.
well handled. Campbell, Gillard and Lane there to finish him off. Marshall King kicking out of dummy half, but Gutherson, it was straight to him.
He didn't really get the angle that time. Marshall King, kick out of dummy half's a big advantage.
Out of the way, Junior.
Everyone on side. You see the fullback straight away, and Gutherson, the captain of the Parramatta side, attacked that ball. Only on the second tackle, they're around about the halfway line now.
That's where Penasini plays it. There's Junior Paolo. He and Campbell Gillard well under 100 metres each last week against South, and there's not many metres there for Big Junior. Marnie, short side, Lane. He got away from Pangai, not away from Jackson. Flanagan there as a backstop. So on the fifth play, it comes out from Gutherson to Moses. There's a grubber, and that is still the fourth, make it fifth tackle. So not played out there, and now it's the last. Moses has a go, keeps it going. Marnie drops it on the boot. And a bit of confusion between Avarillo and Pangai Jr. And Avarillo is into the field of play. Yeah, remarkable.
Oh, that's remarkable play there from Avarillo. I don't think the chase was that good there from the Parramatta side.
But now Dogs are in trouble. Tackle 3, Burns. Underarms a pass. It's risky, but you can understand why, as Carraz now almost to the 20. So they have got out of that jam they were in. But still, they've only got a couple of tackles left. Pangai again stopped and going nowhere once he's met by the defence. Max King. Now Flanagan. Out to Faitala Mariner, who threatens, just chopped down by Papali'i. And now Burton kicking across his body here, looking for open space. And Sebo gets back there. Been a while now since he's been back in first grade after that injury. And he's been in good try-scoring form as well. Tom Opacek. Second year here at Parramatta. And a penalty. So the first penalty conceded by the Bulldogs.
I don't think they were making that many yards at the time they've had the ball there, Parramatta. This will really help them. Early in the tackle count, a penalty, march downfield, 40 out. Don't seem to play with a lot of confidence after last week here, Parramatta.
So Campbell Gillard first to carry it forward. Dogs a much better record at daytime than at night. As Sean Lane, the around the corner offload, he's been so good at that this year. Tom Opacek in a 2-on-2, but happy to take the tackle. Parramatta, they're closing in here with Dylan Brown. Out to Niakorte. Oh, and there's a tackle from Marshall King, but plenty of metres for Niakorte. Inside the 10, as it comes now out from Moses to Gutherson. Papali'i, and they're there and standing their ground. King and Faitala Mariner. Vaughan as well. To the open side for Paulo. Now Moses. Dylan Brown on the lane. Not crisp from Parramatta, and Canterbury there in numbers. One play left. Slow play the ball now for Opacek. Dylan Brown, he had Jackson rushing up. It's a contest, it's batted back, it's a chance, it's Gutherson. Addo-Carr out of position, it's a try, it's Will Penasini, and Parramatta get the first of the afternoon.
Well, that's a great finish there by Penasini. But you've got to ask the question, what was Addo-Carr doing caught in field? Just trying to close it off, but he's too clever. Gutherson gets the ball, sums it up quickly. Look how short they are for numbers. And have a look where Addo-Carr is, caught right in field. Went for the intercept or the knockdown. Pass on the outside. Clint Gutherson involved in the try, the captain of the Parramatta team. They just got caught for numbers, couldn't scramble enough. Ball on the outside, and that is an easy try to the Parramatta side.
Now Will Penasini. He'd only played 5 games of first grade before this year. He's only 20. And that is his 6th try for the season. So they've done something they couldn't do all last week against South. They've scored a try.
And just the awareness there of Gutherson. I mentioned the pass there. Addo-Carr caught in no man's land. Threw out the arm for the intercept, but perfectly timed to Penasini. And some good open football to start this game. I know it was real solid through the middle, the first few sets from both sides, but both teams have tried to open up when they've got the opportunity. A couple of quick play the balls help Parramatta.
They now have the most tries off kicks, Parramatta, North Queensland. Although North Queensland actually would have had some last night, of course, and they're shellacking. So Parramatta and North Queensland, the trendsetters when it comes to scoring tries off kicks. Now Moses, good-looking kick, straight over the black dot. Parramatta 6, Canterbury 2.
Part of the next generation of NRL superstars, Will Penasini gets across the line to send the Eels to a 6-2 lead. The Eels have Will Penasini. The Sydney Roosters have Joseph Suwali later this evening. Both went to school together at the King's School, now strutting their stuff on the big stage of the NRL.
Rugby Leagues has got to keep him because he's just keeping the door open. He's got a rugby background that he is not shutting down the idea of going back to rugby, and the idea of playing for the Wallabies is appealing. You see the top 8 there, and Parramatta, their for and against could hurt them, but they've just got to keep winning. That's the priority. Campbell Gillard is meant to put down. In fact, he's not put down. Stands tall in the tackle. And Lane.
Just move! Pull straight! Wait here, Matt Raymond, wait!
Here it comes down there, Cordy. This is his 3rd run. Lane has been the most prolific of the runners for Parramatta in these early moments. 5 of them. Moses threatening to kick, gets skipping, and then bringing Papali'i into it from wide. Now it's Paulo. They sit back and wait. His 2nd run. And Moses going deep. Averillo. Been the fullback since round 13, Jake Averillo. Really, it was his performance on Queen's birthday that has locked in that spot. Addo-Carr brings in Jacob Carraz. Enjoying a terrific first season of first grade. Addo-Carr again, dummy half. All the backs getting involved here with Braden Burns now on tackle number 3. Addo-Carr again out of dummy half, and finally he goes for a run, but they knew that was coming. That was a very good chase from Tom Opacek. And now Pangai. Oh, he risks it, but it's a good result. There's Marshall King feeding it on to Flanagan. Burton. And innocuous stuff. Mike Acevo straight into Jackson first. So 6 points to 2. Parramatta looking to get the 30 competition points. 5th and 6th would be what they'd be looking at as a minimum. That would get them a home final here. They need a few things to go their way for the door to be open for top 4. Melbourne's win didn't help last night. As here it comes now for Brown. Melbourne, my goodness, what a performance they turned in. Now it's Niakorte. Standing, delivering. Campbell Gillard. Almost to the 20. Final play. Moses. Cut out. Penasini. They're in again. It's Wagga Blake. Penasini for Wagga Blake. Addo-Carr caught out again. Parramatta, a second try.
Well, this is exactly why Mitchell Moses is so important to the Parramatta side. Just watch him sum up the numbers straight away. Normally he'd kick, but he looked up and he's seen that the Bulldogs were short. A couple of quick play the balls again. Have a look at them backpedaling here. Addo-Carr in no man's land, the catch and pass, but it was all put on by Mitch Moses. He summed it up that quickly. He feigned a kick, then the long pass, the cutout pass. Addo-Carr goes for the intercept again. And they're in again, the Parramatta Eels. This time it's Wagga Blake.
Poor Addo-Carr, he got stuck in a 2-on-1 against him, so had to take the risk, didn't he? And, well, Parramatta, this is encouraging for them. There's Wagga Blake, a lot of the year in the centres, but back on the wing. Bailey Simonson getting hurt a few weeks ago. And Wagga Blake, he's played plenty of wing, of course, and handy record here at CommBank, 7 tries, 8 games.
Well, the game turns over so quickly now when the possession changes. You saw Addo-Carr over here on the right-hand side. He's on the left wing. He stayed there for 3 tackles, had to get himself back out the other side, and they got caught for numbers again, the Bulldogs.
Well, could he do it again here? Mitch Moses drilled it from this very spot only a few minutes ago. And there's a good buzz among these Parramatta fans here. That one. Oh, he has done it again. Parramatta 12, Canterbury 2. James Hooper.
The Parramatta Eels, Dan, cutting the Bulldogs to shreds down their right side. And it is this man, Mitchell Moses, playing with a broken finger and wearing a protective guard. We see the offload there from Marata Niakorte. That was crucial. Allowed the Eels to play off the front foot. Here's Moses now. He's playing with that protective guard on the broken middle finger and soldiering on. And Wagga Blake gets across to send the Eels to a 12-2 lead.
It's a proper guard too. Block back in the day, it'd just be a couple of paddle pop sticks and a bit of electrical tape, but it's done properly these days. But it's not affecting him so far, that seems for sure.
Just say about Sean Lane too. Like, geez, he's improved as a player. He used to just hang out on that left edge and not really get involved in his own half. He's carried the ball well early in this game.
Move now! Straight to Vita!
So Powell with Campbell Gillard. There's Lane again. And this time gets over halfway, only on tackle 4. So the meters are coming for Parramatta. Brown explores. Opacek, little bit of space.
Last tackle!
They almost make it to the 20. That's a wonderful set post points. Brown, they do it off a kick again. Blake coming through. Oh, Shop lost it. Shop lost it. It's a knock on. They can't handle these tricky kicks.
It's all right. Where do you want the scrum?
So Moses wants, I believe, an offside penalty.
I wonder if they might challenge that.
So there's Shop. There's Shop again. No, don't challenge that, Mitchell. He's probably got that wrong. This angle might give it away here. Yeah, oh, geez, that's tough to overturn that. But they've got the ball back 10 metres out the Eels. Got the left side stacked nice and deep. As it comes out, Brown onto Opacek, and a bit too cute there, Parramatta. Tapped on, and Sevo had no chance. And that is the end of that on play 1.
Gee, I'd be filthy if I was playing with Opacek there. 0 tackle from the scrum base. Tries the impossible tap on. 0 tackle. Off with your head and on with a pumpkin.
I haven't heard that one for a while. Coming up, 5:30, 4 Pines Park, Manly against Cronulla. That is the middle game on this Super Saturday. Cronulla looking to really lock in top 4. They're just about there if they win that, and there's Vaughan riding a heavy bump. They can still finish top 2, the Sharks. And then Roosters versus West's Tigers. As Jackson getting away. And a good play the ball as well. Marshall King, line ball, play on. And they're going back to a forward pass here. They have got it. So it's a late call.
I reckon the touchy's called that.
Must have, because it was a very late call from Ashley Klein. And
Where do you want the scrum?
well, that was as impressive as Canterbury had been in terms of making meters up the middle, but man, that's pretty hard to argue that.
That's a great call from the touchy.
So not quite happening for the Bulldogs. That one sparkling play with Addo-Carr threatening momentarily, but it's been all Parramatta. Oh, look. Straight into Flanagan. Oh, they get 6 more tackles, but they get the offload as well. So Campbell Gillard already up to the 40. Parramatta has had 15 tackles now inside Dogs territory. The Dogs have had none over halfway. Niakore starting in place of Ryan Matterson, who I guess we'll see shortly. Now Moses. Oh, Brown, that's another unforced error. Well, Parramatta have had a couple of chances to really bury the Bulldogs in this first half, and they've thrown them away.
Well, that's what happens when the Bulldogs get off their line. Some forced passes there from the Parramatta side. They put the pressure on.
A bit of adventure there. Carraz with the offload. As it eventually came to Stimson, and a penalty.
That'll help.
Straight off Isaiah.
So the second penalty the Eels have given away.
Mark's is here, mate.
Let's have a look and see if Burton goes for this. Caught on the 30-metre line.
So 21 minutes gone.
Ooh.
Only what, 30 metres? 35 from the centre of the field. That's about par for Matt Burton. Good field position, and now finally they get some field position. That is the first tackle they've had inside Para territory. Comes out to King, and King grinding his way beyond the 20. That's a strong run. Canterbury now in prime position. Stimson, Flanagan. Oh, Jackson had a little look, and the pass wasn't in his breadbasket there. They get that just a little wrong, Canterbury. And this time it's the Dogs throwing it away with plenty of tackles to work with.
You've got to complete when you finally get the opportunity to get the ball back. They've been under the pump defensively, the Dogs, and then turn the ball over again. Interesting to see how far they march upfield here, Parramatta. They've had no trouble so far.
One of the try scorers, Blake. Brown on the run. Lane asking questions as usual, but Flanagan does well to lock out that arm with the ball. He's such a good offloader, Lane. Again, Brown walking down the short side and finding Gutherson. Gutherson resists the temptation to pass to Sevo. Final play. Had it here a few times. Brown this time to the ground. Hits the post. Moses. Now coming through is Matterson. It's a muted celebration. Okay, it's all about Moses here.
Tackle. I have no try. Confirm that Mitchell knocks it on and there's no touch from the Bulldogs. Resetting the tackle.
It's very hard to tell when he's running at this sort of pace. That's a perfectly weighted kick there from Brown. Hits the upright. He's aiming for that.
Kick chase is onside.
They're all onside.
to knock on.
Mitchell Moses knocks the ball on in the in goal. We have a decision.
They all knew, so that's the end of that.
Just bounced up that little too high there for Moses. No try. They survived the Dogs.
Every kick, though, seems to be, every kick at close range, really causing Canterbury some murmurs. 12-2, but boy, it could be a lot more. It could be a lot bigger margin. This is Aaron Shop in his second year of first grade. Addo Carr. Scored a hat-trick last time the Dogs were here. That was against the Gold Coast. Vitala Mariner drives at the halfway. Now Vaughan.
Get up! Dylan!
Luke Thompson ready to come into the game here. They haven't seen him for a long time, Canterbury. Marshall King with a run.
Read the go! Junior, all the way, Junior.
Flanagan on. Burton keeps it going. Shop. 3 there to meet him. He's a big unit, Aaron Shop. Inside the 20. So now the Dogs can kick from close range. And it's Burton. He puts it up towards Carraz. Burns copped a little knock there. And Ashley Klein satisfied that was all legal. And just 2 players going for the ball.
It was Sevo that just cleaned up at the back there. It's a little round of applause from Mitch Moses and Gutherson too. It's a nice take. And I think the pressure was really put on him there.
Matterson on. Moses keeping it going to Papali'i. Only his 3rd run. There's Matterson bounding down the middle. But this is tackle 5.
All the way, Matt. Joe, wait, Joe. Not late.
Now Moses. They've had success down this side before. Shop, though, makes a strong tackle as it comes out to Blake. And that's as easy as it's been for the Bulldogs off the kick. Carraz, threatens and just holding on, Kaufusi. So better field position for the Dogs to start their set. Braden Burns, the former bunny. Hamstring took out a lot of his season.
A lot of blood here.
A bleeding player.
You're bleeding, there's a lot of blood there. Just wait, yeah, at the back, so that's the first cut, we're on tackle 3.
Josh Jackson.
Josh Jackson be saying, what are you talking about? That happens every week.
The great Brad Wesley from Roadhouse would say he's a bleeder. Here's Luke Thompson. Now swung across from Burton to Addo Carr. One in from the wing. Now Burton, a bit of depth on that kick, maybe too much. Sevo, easy. Saving grace for the Bulldogs. They've got Parramatta inside their 10. Check now. Easily closed down. So that next try score is so important. Parramatta can get it. You feel perhaps they can really turn it on today, but they keep Canterbury interested. They really might have their hands full. Oregon Kaufusi now.
Mark straight, Josh.
Here's Matterson. He'll try and offload and does, and Campbell Gillard keeps it going. Moses on to Papali'i. Oh, that's Addo Carr, a tackle that had to be made. Moses tries to tail that towards touch, but it goes straight. But it's an excellent chase, and Avarillo has nowhere to go.
Gee, that smart play again there from Parramatta. Addo Carr came in and made the tackle, and they went straight up the short side, where he's supposed to be defending again. Another good kick in behind by Moses.
Bit bunched here, Canterbury. Burns, flat-footed. So was King.
Move now, right. Reed.
And now Thompson. Powerful. They've missed him. He detailed his concussion woes from, 3 months ago. They're pretty grim reading, but he's back, and that's great. Spent some time in England as well. Look after his ill mum. As the sun breaks through behind play here is Burton going up, midfield kick, Addo-Carr coming through, Addo-Carr takes it! But Blake doesn't panic and Addo-Carr can't get rid of it.
Gee, you would have liked to seen if he'd have been able to keep his feet there. Addo-Carr caught the ball on the full and then stumbled. Haven't got any results from their kicks so far, the Bulldogs.
Parramatta here. Oh, adventurous, it's forward, it's forward.
Now,
Well, what is going on? Parramatta just throwing it away.
well, let's just have a look at the urgency now from the Bulldogs to form this scrum. That's just lazy play here. Ball floating forward, Sevo picks it up. And here's the chance for the Bulldogs. They've hung in well. Scoreline should be a lot more than 12-2. Here's their chance now.
Well, what an opportunity this is. So it's Flanagan jumping to the left, the double pump, Burton, now Aaron Schopp, he's going to score! He's going to score! He burns Wagga Blake, and it's Aaron Schopp putting the Bulldogs back into the contest.
Well, they only needed one opportunity. Zero tackle from the scrum base after a mistake from Parramatta. But Schopp, he's a good player, this kid. He's swapped. If you have a look at it, Addo-Carr's caught inside again, deliberately. The second man play. Where Addo-Carr is, the catch and pass. Schopp had a lot to do here. Wagga Blake should have put him in row 27. Had a good shot on him. Throws out the arm. Schopp very strong. And that's a good hit back there from the Dogs.
Well, they have just gifted Canterbury this chance, and the Bulldogs have accepted. Aaron Schopp getting his 5th try of the year and 8th for his career. The Thurul Butcher pumped up. There's plenty of Dogs fans here celebrating with him. So Schopp with the try, and Parramatta nailed their 2 kicks from out wide. This is a real challenge for Burton. Got a contest, Steve Roach. A real contest.
Yeah, it's just been a little bit sloppy the last 2 or 3 times that Parramatta have had the ball. It started off so well, 12-2, started to get a little bit comfortable. The Doggies are good enough to hit back. Game on now.
Burton with the sun in his eyes here. Ah, look at those headphones, the young... Is that the young lass there or the young boy? It does get loud here. And I can see what Mum and Dad are doing, eh? You got a Dogs fan and a Parramatta fan wearing some great 80s jerseys as well. Ah, there you go. Yes, you're on TV. About 500,000 are watching you on Fox and KO. There we go. Matt Burton. These are great shots. It is a wonderful Saturday afternoon crowd. And that needs to come back, and it doesn't. But it's a contest. 12 points to 6. Big crowd, and the Parramatta fans are a little nervous. Look at this. This is Saturday, 3 p.m. And they've been treated to some great footy all day. The NRL Premiership officially underway. Roosters knocking off the Eels. Good game just before this one. NRL.com/tickets. Don't miss your chance to witness all the action. Block was captivated, I've got to say. We were in the little booth next door while we were waiting for Ben and Maddie to finish the game here on Fox League. Blocker was loving the physicality, let me tell you.
I did like it. And tell you what else I like, the skills have improved.
They sure have, as here's Luke Thompson. But they whack, that's for sure.
Tell you what, he's made a little bit of a difference since he's come on too. And Luke Thompson, he's been away from the game for a fair while, but he's straightened the Bulldogs up a little bit.
So now Faitala Mariner, and just the metres are coming a touch easier. Perhaps it is since the inclusion of Thompson. And now here's Zach Docker-Clay in his 12th first grade game. Came through Parramatta under 20s. Thompson again. He's missed the last 3 months. He's looking to make up for lost time, it seems. There's a kick which won't present too many problems for Gutherson. And Sivo yet to unwind, unleash. And Wanga Blake just outside the 20. 9 to go in this first half. Opacek keeps it going. Offloads, that's the 8th for Parramatta. They are the #1 offloading team in the Premiership. They average about 13 a game, so they're on track to go well past that today. Canterbury with 5, and that's been the theme of their football the last couple of months. Matterson.
It's amazing too, isn't it? Like they're the first, as you mentioned, in offloads, but they're first in completions too, Parramatta. They generally don't go hand in hand.
So Havrillo now bringing it back.
I'm now Reed. Just here. Mark straight. Go wide. Reed, not straight.
This is where they can really be adventurous, Canterbury. We've seen so many audacious plays from this sort of part of the field. Carraz, though, happy to take the tackle. Docker Clay gets it on. Stimson. And the tap on from Burton, and this time it doesn't work. And it's terrific field position for Parramatta. Josh Addo-Carr so far is having a funny old afternoon.
Yeah, the execution not there. Just have a look how far they have to pass back to the next player. And again, we see another knock on. Gifting Parramatta field position. After points, they should have completed kick long.
Burton tapped that like he was tapping a balloon at a kid's birthday party. And Addo-Carr, there's not much he can do there. He just got a violent bounce.
Just hope they don't go into their shell, but the Bulldogs. I know they made a mistake there, but they've cut them open a few times playing that expansive game.
So it comes to Dylan Brown and presents the ball for Oregon Kaufusi. Cronulla bound. Now it's Bryce Cartwright getting some football. 10-metre line in front of him. Here's Dylan Brown. Now Mitch Moses. Back for Papali'i. Well handled. 4 of them there were waiting for him. They knew where that ball was going. Marnie had a little peek to the short side, but comes to the open. Matterson's pass. Canterbury give away 6 more tackles. Kaufusi hauls it in. Parramatta so close. Marnie. No. But that's only tackle number 2. Cartwright. There's Moses on to Gutherson, and that's a 15-metre loss on that play, but it does open things up a touch. Cartwright at the line. Kaufusi well read. Not much doing here for Parramatta, but they still have 2 tackles to get their 3rd try. Comes to Brown. There's the cutout. Here's Sivo! Micah Sivo. It's beautiful. The pass from Dylan Brown. The finish from the flying Fijian. And there's Parramatta's 3rd try.
Yeah, it's great execution. The speed of their play the ball has been a highlight here this afternoon in the first half from Parramatta. Just the ability to jump to their feet, and then the cutout pass. I think you'll find it's Carraz just caught in field just a tad. I think the numbers were right. Can't believe that wingers get caught in that position and offer the ball players like Brown and like Moses. About 38, 39 tries this season between them in try assists. Just caught in no man's land.
That's slow-mo. That pass looks even better. He now has more try assists this year, Dylan Brown, than the first 3 years of his career combined. And that's another one for Micah Sivo. 2 try assists to this afternoon, and almost that 3rd one with that little grubber that brushed the Macca's padding. So that will steady the nerves, Block, because they just kept Canterbury in this contest.
It was only a little bit of a 5-minute period where Parramatta made 3 errors in a row that, after they led 12 points to 2, that allowed the Dogs the opportunity to score that try through Shop. But they've just shown how superior they are here this afternoon when they get in that zone, 20, 30 metres out, and the speed of their play the balls, they can attack.
So Moses. Oh, and this one.
Yes.
No, it just bounces out. From our angle, we're right behind that kick. It did look like it was going to kiss the upright and go through, but it's Parramatta 16, Canterbury 6.
The big blockbusting Fijian flyer, Micah Sivo, doesn't he love this venue, Dan? That is 35 tries in 35 appearances, as we see Will Penasini, the beneficiary of a Dylan Brown try assist earlier. Now here comes this pass, bang, straight on to Sivo. 10 tries now in 10 games this season, and this place will erupt if he goes over again.
Yeah, he's hardly had a chance, and he's still got one on the board. James Hooper working the sideline for us this afternoon. Oh, Kafusi now. Stopped on the 10. There he is, big Micah Sivo. Eels top try scorer, 2019, 2020, 2021. He might still get there this year. Of course, he missed so much of the season coming back from that ACL. He's a couple behind Clint Gutherson, so certainly within range. Now, here's Moses working back to the middle. Comes now to... Oh, there's a pass. Papali'i putting Cartwright away. Now the kick. Gutherson coming through. So is Matterson. And O'Carr. Oh, he got the rebound. Sparkling from Parramatta.
That's Papali'i with that offload. That's sensational play. He had to get on his bike there at O'Carr.
Geez, that could have been a fiasco for Addo Carr. But it hit the right part of the post, but that's just beautiful from Papali'i.
That is pretty to watch. It's generally Cartwright that puts on those sort of passes. Papali'i that time. And they are under the pump now, the Bulldogs.
Now Burton, yes, he goes short. It's going to the 20. Sivo up there, batted back. Marnie, penalty offside. So came off Sivo, and that was an easy one for Ashley Klein once he made the decision. The first touch was by an Eel. There you go. The short dropout works again.
Well, especially when you get that sort of height in it, that we can see Burton that with those sort of kicks from those line dropouts, get up under the ball there, put the pressure on the receiver.
Oh, that's a terrific kick. That's a little better than his previous penalty in a touch, Matt Burton. So here come the Dogs. This again, just before half-time, becomes quite an important set. It's Docker Clay in the middle. Stimson keeps it going. Burton onto their try-scorer shop. We haven't seen a Burton special, one of his towering, wobbling kicks. Stimson. By Corfusi and Cartwright as Flanagan at the line. Thompson straight in the lane. Lane one-on-one, then gets some help. Inside the 20, 2 tackles left. Avarillo explores and keeps it going. Marshall King, Rocket Clay flat-footed and along the very close to Marshall King on the last. Flanagan in trouble. Flanagan is gone. And Parramatta hold on.
And just on those sort of flop back plays there, you've got to shift straight away to an edge. Clay got caught there. Docker Clay was the man who got caught. Should have just shifted straight away. They would have been in all sorts of trouble, Parramatta then. Decided to run the ball himself.
So we'll head back to the Clive Churchill studio. I hope they put in a reduced invoice. I noticed I only did about 10 minutes pre-game today because of the NRLW. It's about 7 hours 50 they'll be on air for today. Vonnie and the team.
Hard man.
Well, you know, people, they expect a full day's work. And here it comes now. Papali'i is away. And he holds onto the ball. Gutherson next to him. So is Marnie. Here's the chase. Carraz. Brown flying. Oh, the Dogs get there. Carraz, good turn of foot. Oh, that's good stuff again. Papali'i starting to really impose himself on this contest.
Well, they're a little bit kick happy here, Parramatta. Papali'i goes straight through. Gutherson's on his inside. What he had, Avarillo was turned out then. He should have just passed back on the inside. But anyway, There's a race for the ball.
Now, it looks like the clock is going to beat them here. In fact, I think even Parramatta's conceded. Canterbury in no rush here. You can see there, that is the end of that. So, lots of action in the first half. It's Parramatta with a little buffer, but they're not home yet by any means. At CommBank, it's Parramatta 16, Canterbury 6.
It's a fast stretch. That's why I brought it. Yeah, but you can't put it in it. I know what you're saying. Yeah, but if you know what I'm saying, it's a trip.
Don't they love him here at Parramatta Stadium?
9 runs for 82 metres for Micah Sevo. So he's got through a fair bit of work as well.
Yeah, go.
Sean Lane, the most metres. 12 runs, 109 metres. Isaiah Papali'i, a couple of big runs towards the end of the first half. He's got 94 metres. Canterbury, their most. Paul Vaughan, 55. So here we go, second half. Parramatta looking to finish this off. Return serve after what Canterbury did to them only a couple of months ago, and to keep their faint top 4 hopes alive. Oregon Kaufusi. Never lost 2 in a row here at CommBank. This is the 4th year playing at this stadium, albeit with some readjustments because of COVID, but haven't lost 2 in a row this year anywhere in any part of the season, and haven't lost 2 in a row at this ground. There's Ryan Matterson.
I reckon Brad Arthur will be looking at his side, Parramatta, here this afternoon, 16-6 at half-time. See how ruthless they are. And that's what we'll be trying to drum in. As you mentioned, the weather's starting to get a bit warmer now. Semi-finals are sniffing the air.
So the kick here from Moses. An easy one for Addo-Carr. Beautiful palm, and then he almost gets away from Blake. Big play from Blake, though, but Addo-Carr does brilliantly. And out of all that, Canterbury have made about 30 metres. What a play for Josh Addo-Carr. So Wanga Blake, though, did well block, because for a moment you thought Addo-Carr might have just breezed by.
Yeah, he loves backing himself when you get that little in and away and you give him some space on the outside. It was well done there by Blake.
Well, effectively gets Canterbury in Parramatta's territory at the midway point of this set. Jackson in the headgear now after blood was drawn in the first half. And that is Joe Stimson. On the last, Burton collected and then flung by Papali'i, but nothing untoward there. Oh, careful, Clint Gutherson. Perhaps he thought he was in trouble there with Addo-Carr threatening to drag him back, and the prudent decision not to throw the chancy offload. Penasini, one of the try scorers for the Eels. This is always a must-win for Parramatta, because they've got a couple of very difficult games coming up, Brisbane and Melbourne. And yet they don't want to give Canberra a sniff of pinching a top 8 spot. That's the first thing they have to take care of. There's the kick now from Moses. It's a pretty innocuous one. Avarillo making good metres here. James Hooper, down to you with what was said at halftime.
Yeah, Brad Arthur, Dan, we know he loves winning the collision, and he wants the Eels to continue to be super physical in that department in the middle from Mick Potter. Be more alert on the blind side, execute and stay composed, and they need to try and build some pressure. They weren't very good at doing that in the opening half.
So, thank you, Hoops. Docker Clay, Stimson, the quick hands, Flanagan. Little chance here, Avarillo, Carraz. Oh, flung over and going down awkwardly, Jacob Carraz, as Micah Sevo says, not in my backyard. Have some of that.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's got to hurt. Carraz, have a look at how hard he slings him here. Micah Sevo grabs the jumper.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the Boston Slam, mate.
What a brutality for Micah Sevo. There's Oregon Kaufusi. Been busy, that's his 9th run. Moses looking down the short side. Papali'i really is starting to cause some headaches for the Bulldogs defenders on that side of the field, particularly just before half-time. Marnie, the future dog.
Mark tackle! Mark straight!
Moses. That is going to be a contest here. Opacek looking to get there. Oh, Carraz outstretched and comes up with the catch. So up he goes. Oh, that could have gone wrong so easily. And now it's come out anyway. Sean Lane holding it out with one hand. Here's Gutherson getting it back to Opacek. Bit of razzle-dazzle. Now, hang on.
The trainers asked for the game to be stopped for a HIA. They've gone for the touchdown.
Okay, that explains it from Ashley Klein.
Sure
The Parramatta getting it here with a full set, and they are 9 metres from the line.
Who's going off in the HIA there?
We have the HIA on track.
So Carraz, that would be the Sevo slam.
Just confirm that was tackle.
Well, it doesn't look like, well, his head didn't go directly into the ground, but he's more on there, so that he's got the attention of the doctor, it seems.
Tell you what, he got up pretty quick. He's tough. I don't see how that's a hit knock, but anyway.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Well, that takes away the attacking teams.
So they're just happy to work it towards the left upright here, setting it up with so many plays to come. The right is really stacked here as Brown goes front. Oh, Ryan Matterson strolling over. Oh, yes, sir. Ryan Matterson. So simple. Parramatta, they open the scoring in the second half.
Well, he thought he got a one a little bit earlier, riding Matterson in the first half. This time just strolls through. Just a simple second man play. Hit the front runner. Matterson, good athlete, isn't he? Just strides through the gap in between a couple of players. Poor attempt to tackle. And that opens the scoring. You wouldn't think it'd be that easy for Parramatta to score that easy in the second half to start. After a mistake here from the Dogs coming off their own line. And Matterson scores.
So started off the bench today, Ryan Matterson. Pretty happy with things, and his fourth try of the year. You see there he scored most of his tries, or the top team, Bulldogs. So Moses, he's 2 from 3, but he really has been striking them well. The third one hit the upright, and that was from right on the sideline.
And that's a big worry for the Dogs defensively. The first time Parramatta have been down there. They score with ease.
This is exactly the environment Parramatta can explode if history is a guide. Beautiful afternoon at Bank West, or CommBank. Well, it used to be Bank West. What they did, of course, to the Tigers on Easter Monday, and what they've done to plenty of teams since. They can really put on a score here as Matterson untouched.
And it's all of the Eels' big guns combining, Dan. Reid Marnie, Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses have been in the thick of everything today. That's Dylan Brown, the Eels' 5/8 third try assist for the afternoon. He's had a little bit of everything. He's thrown that awesome ball for Micah Sevo, a crossfield kick, now a short ball for Ryan Matterson.
It's happening, isn't it? It's happening for Parramatta today. 20 from 23 completions helps as well. And plenty of metres up front. Way ahead of Canterbury in that department.
Wait, Jeremy, wait, mark straight.
So they've laid the platform to this point and cashed in. Moses now, out it goes, Papali'i. Shop holds on, Burton down low.
Mark straight, wait.
Matterson this time just a bit of run it into the line. Moses now back inside Gutherson, keeping it going. This is entertaining stuff as Cartwright goes to ground. Sharp play the ball. It's the last though. Moses, tricky. Oh, Marnie was coming through. It's play on for now. now the
Last tackle, knock on.
knock-on call comes from Ashley Klein, who was just waiting to see how that unfolded.
Yeah, it looks like they're in a little bit of a mood. That's set after scoring points when Matterson just strolled over. They just marched upfield. A little bit of ball movement from Parramatta. And this could be anything unless the doggies have got to roll their sleeves up defensively.
Well, a lot of people have been quite complimentary of Canterbury, deservedly so the last couple of months, but they folded last week against the Warriors. And there's plenty of time left here. They don't want to be folding again because they could have an enormous score put on them. 22-6. Thompson catching and passing. Docker Clay doing the same. Burton with Shop running in front of him, and it's a penalty.
Pass the ball.
It's a penalty. The pass did him in. He didn't go straight to ground, Burton. And it's all going wrong for the Blue and Whites.
Well, here's the big test now. Mitchell Moses wanting to get on with it. Halfway line, kicks downfield. It'll be 30 out. Here come the Parramatta side. Let's see how hungry they are.
It's Cartwright driving it to the 20. There's been plenty of minutes today. Often just a pinch hitter for the Eels. Now it's Brown. On to Gutherson. Here's Opacek steaming onto it and scoring. Parramatta. This is terrific stuff from the Eels. They are doing it easily now. Second tackle and they're over.
Well, you've hit it right on the head there, Dan, because second tackle they're able to score, but they're playing nice, flat and fast. On the back of a penalty on the halfway line, they march down the 30-metre line. Second tackle. Opacek can't be stopped. They just got caught backpedaling here, the Dogs. And he backs himself. Opacek scores. Second tackle off a penalty. This scoreline could be anything otherwise. Well, unless the Bulldogs start to aim up here. That is soft.
Well, when you backpedal on your line, it never ends well, does it? And that's what the Bulldogs did. And they're all getting their hands on it, the Eels. Look at the smiles on the faces. Gutherson had a touch there. Dylan Brown's been superb from the get-go. Mitch Moses. It's 26-6, and we still have half an hour left. And they're in the mood.
Yeah, the poor old Dogs haven't had any field position or any ball. And they are full of running, Parramatta.
I think the crowd is ready to enjoy themselves, at least those wearing blue and gold. Geez, that bloke must be warm in the back wearing the costume. He's in the sun. So Moses, 3 from 4. And that one is, oh, it's hit the post again. So no good there. 3 from 5. Again, the two that have missed have hit the post. Now, Block, please tell me that you enjoyed the premiere. I know you went to the Big Do and you were so excited about it. The House of the Dragon, which begins August 22 on Fox Showcase, or you can watch it 4K Ultra HD. Boy, that sounds like this show was made for 4K Ultra HD only on Foxtel.
Dan, it was violent. I missed a lot of the violence, so I'm going to watch it again on Monday night. There was a lot of heads chopped off and all that sort of stuff. It was good.
All right, I'm sorry I asked. Oh, jeez. Oh, if you could only see the spittle coming out of his mouth. Oh, dear. Well, I'm glad it lived up to it. You were so excited in Tamworth last week when we spoke about it. Now Dylan Brown. On to Gutherson. Here's Opacek again as they retreat the defence. Sivo! Oh, he got away briefly, but then the desperation pass and Stimson, right place, right time.
Yeah, I think he might have thought he was going to be bundled into touch there, Sivo. It was a pass to nobody. But again, the Dogs' defence broken up.
Having a good time now, Micah. Canterbury with no answers here as Vitala Mariner just over halfway. Oh, Docker Clay, neat footwork, but not good enough to get by Kofusi. Burton Addo-Carr chasing, touch deep. Oh, Gutherson. Did he get that right? The ball's come out. Klein has stopped playing. This looks like...
I'm just going to go goal line, drop out. Going to get reviewed.
Okay, yep. So Ashley Klein explains it well. Yes, 20-metre tap, so he got his foot back just in time.
Wait.
Oh, yes. He was thinking his left foot had to get back, but his right foot was on and behind the line the whole time. So if you've been out and about today, Canterbury led with a penalty goal very early. Parramatta then got to 12-2 and threatened to blow this game away. Then they started making mistakes and Canterbury took advantage. They scored through Aaron Shop, but a try just before half-time has steadied it. And then we've seen what's happened after half-time. Parramatta in a nice, comfortable position. Papali'i to halfway.
Tell you what, they've shared it around well, haven't they? The Parramatta side, Lane, Papali'i.
Campbell-Gillard chopped down by Thompson. Here's Marnie just wheeling and dealing out a dummy half. Tangled there with Matterson, still 10 metres gained easily. So on the last. Now from here, these kicks have caused the Dogs some real headaches. Addo-Carr, no. Still the last. Well, it's a changeover.
No, I've got last tackle.
Okay.
Was that knocked on by Addo-Carr there?
Well, they're going to challenge, so we're going to find out. Steve Roach looked like Addo-Carr had a real shot at it, but I guess the replay will tell all.
We have a captain's challenge from Parramatta disputing that it is the last tackle. They believe that Canterbury have touched the ball to reset the tackle count.
So this is our first challenge by either side today. So just checking for
Players on the outside of Mitchell Moses are onside. We'll monitor the player on the inside. We're playing on to this point.
He's going to get to within 10 metres if they think he's involved. No, maybe not. Oregon called Fusi the player that's offside, but hasn't played a role here. Well, you've got to think that's come off Addo-Carr at some point.
Yeah, and if it's come off.
But if it's Papali'i into Addo-Carr.
Just looking to see if there's a knock on.
Well, good luck.
The ball touches Josh Addo-Carr's right hand, constituting a knock on.
So Oregon Kofusi, who was offside, has been judged not to have had any involvement there, even though he was only a metre from the play.
Just looking to find a restart.
So this looks like, well, it's a Canterbury knock on, so it's Parramatta ball.
Parramatta are then tackled with a restart of the tackle count. It's tackle 0 with Will Penasini. The challenge is successful.
It's their day, Parramatta.
So you're going straight back to the play the ball, are they? Yeah. Mitch Moses has gone in field.
So they've ruled that it's come from backwards in the contest
start
of Parramatta.
again.
Josh has knocked it on. So you'll play the ball, use your foot on 0. Just wait for me to go. Back 10! It's back 10!
Well, after all that, it's Parramatta. They've been deadly in the second half at close range.
You've got to show some resolve now, the Bulldogs.
Papali'i working it towards the right upright. And that's only tackle 1. It's a 0 tackle set. Bit of niggle from Luke Thompson. They try and slow things down. Don't think Parramatta are in the mood to take shots at goal here. Campbell-Gillard. Again, tackle 1. Moses is on the right, but it goes to the front man, Matterson, and away to that Vitala Mariner. There as well, Vaughan. Moses still on the right. Gets it now. Holding it, can't fool Burton. Canterbury rushing up on Moses' outside. But now it opens things up for Brown, although it comes to Matterson. Another little tricky play, but shot with a terrific first bit of contact. So they've used up 4 tackles pretty quickly here. Now Moses, the little kick, Dylan Brown, just beautiful. Just delightful. Did he ground it and was he onside?
Tackle 5. I have no try. Confirm that Dylan's offside.
Yeah, it's close. It's close.
Dylan Brown is in front of the kicker. He now becomes involved in the play. We have a decision.
So
He tried to check himself there, didn't he?
well, clearly it was a off-the-cuff decision by Moses to kick. Almost perfect, but a let off for Canterbury.
Well, they've got some sort of understanding, haven't they, the halves for Parramatta? Moses and Brown. And that time just in front. Not much in it.
Oregon, keep going. Up here, Braden.
So that just stems the flow, stems the tide, at least momentarily. 2 tries for Parramatta in this second half, which is now only 15 minutes old. There's Vaughan. Off to Warrington. The Warrington Wolves for the next 2 years, so his NRL career about to come to an end. He gets 6 more tackles here as Burton threatens to link up with Avarillo on the inside. Marshall King. Across for Flanagan. Now Thompson, well handled here. Good impact from him in the first half, Luke Thompson. Through the hands from Flanagan to Jackson. 20 metres out. Back it comes Docker Clay. Now Burton. Shot. Oh, it's a terrific offload. The problem was Papali'i got there first like a hungry hippo and just swallowed it up.
He did well, just keep going up and getting in and around to play the ball. And Blakes who were trying to offload the football.
But Canterbury get it straight back. So Parramatta a little over-adventurous. Risky passes inside their 20. Tyler Mariner. Fusi down low. Moses up top. Just in front of him. Thompson the decoy. Docker Clay the receiver. And they knew it was going to Tyler Mariner. 3 of them there bring him down. Marshall King back to the open. It's Docker Clay on the front. Now Avarillo. This is nice as it comes across to the centre in Braden Burns. But well closed down. Slowly to Avarillo. All sideways stuff at the moment. Flanagan on to Docker Clay. Still a couple of tackles left here. Comes to the Burton side. The little grubber. Moses put his body in the way. That should be 6 more. Oh no! No! It's passed back inside to Thompson. Well, Moses looked like he was playing at it, but decision goes their way. Last tackle anyway. Docker Clay in trouble. He knew it was the last because he got rid of it late, but it's a changeover. So Parramatta hold on.
Yeah, that's what Brad Arthur would have been looking at. The resolve on their goal line. Another lead, 26 points to 6. The Parramatta side.
Maybe he didn't play it at block. Maybe that's a really good decision there, but he just braced his body, but he didn't necessarily motion towards it.
You know, the easy thing is to give up a try when you're that far ahead, but it was great defence there from Parramatta. Coach would be happy about that, I reckon.
Carlo, only his 5th run. Kimbrel Gillard's had 9 of them. Kimbrel Gillard's made more metres already than he did last week, and there's some time left here. It's a knock on. Well, this game has just got loose all of a sudden.
Okay, shot clock on.
Parramatta was so disciplined until about, 5 minutes ago. Had that 5-minute patch in the first half, and now just a little patch here where a couple of unforced errors have come.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it happened to him in the first half. Just that little bit of a 5-minute spell. See if the Doggies are good enough to score and get one back here. They've been gifted some field position. Not a bad place to start your set in the middle, right in the middle of the field, 30 metres out.
Well, how many times this year have we seen something out of the box on this play from a scrum? And it goes for Marshall King. Nothing fancy there as he's brought down.
Stand down.
Jackson. Talamara. Canterbury looking for their second. Burton to shot. Seen a lot of this as he tries to crash through. Has got their one try. Marshall King. Docker Clay. Away from Paolo, but not quite Campbell Gillard. So they're on the 20 as the last is called. Burton, the little grubber. And it gets the bounce that just leaves Gutherson with nowhere to go. But Canterbury are offside, according to Ashley Clyde.
Josh was offside and he kept going. Josh. The ruling's Josh. They can be challenged, but Josh was offside.
Saying Josh Adokar is offside here. He's chased hard all afternoon.
What's in line with where he's involved, kissing goals. On the line, guys.
You'd be the judge at home, but the decision made, and they certainly didn't think about challenging that, the Bulldogs. So we enter the last 20. Parramatta's tries in the second half in the 46th and 49 minutes, the 49th minute. So it's been about 11 minutes since they last troubled the scorers. There's now Lane with the pass on to Opacek. Opacek has really troubled the Bulldogs today out there. And he's on Burns. There's Gutherson. Plenty of room up the middle.
Max, let go!
Paolo onto Campbell Gillard, imposing. Got past Vitala Mariner. Burton got him in a crucial tackle. Moses along the ground, a little bit of space. Oh my goodness! Dylan Brown with the soccer skills and the touch of Mitchell Moses. They won't take that off the Eels. That just shocked all those Bulldogs around the ball. Dylan Brown said peekaboo and puts Parramatta into the 30s.
Well, they've gone nearly the length of the field there in one set. If you have a look at the Dogs who are up the other end, but what about that for a touch? Won't see anything better than that. Brown and also Moses involved again. The grubber kick back in field. Just look at this. A little bit of Palais here. Boom. That's great play. That's skill.
Sure is. You have to think that's all deliberate from Moses. Just put it in that little hole there.
And that's all I could do. Think about being able to do that. How good was that?
So Moses and Brown just showing off this afternoon. And well, he's got 3 try assists. Now he's got to try to go with it. Dylan Brown having the year of his young career. That's what's frightening. The kid is only 22. Got a year left in his current deal. I'm sure Parramatta won't want to waste too much time locking him away for a much longer term deal. His 4th year already in the NRL. Look at that score now. Last night a couple of times just blew away, and it could do that very easily this afternoon. There's the kick from Moses. So the lead now 32-6. James Hooper.
And this man, Dylan Brown, Dan, has absolutely kicked the door off the hinges at CommBank Stadium this afternoon. We've seen a little bit of everything. Crossfield kicks for try assists. Then we've seen long balls to Mike Acevo, brilliant bullet passes for try assists. Then we see a deft little grubber kick from Mitchell Moses, and Dylan Brown gets a try for himself this afternoon as well. He has been in absolutely everything.
Yeah, they tried this allowed too not that long ago. Here we go, Burton. That's a very good kick, and
Parra back with a knock on the ground though from Reid.
Marnie knock on. Gee, that's a good kick there. That was perfectly placed. So Canterbury will get this via a scrum, 35 metres out.
Made a fair few errors in this game. I know Parramatta lead 32-6, but they've opened the door a few times in this game. further the competition goes on too, the less mistakes. And I want to cut them out of their game.
Next game, Cronulla quietly in red-hot form. I think it's 8 of their last 9 against a Manly side. At least they're back at home. Kieran Foran, it's been a troubled month for the Sea Eagles, but they are home. There's now Addo Carr, runs out of room. What about Cronulla's record at Brookvale? It's unbelievably poor. Obviously, Manly an excellent team over the years, but 5 wins against Manly in 54 years. One other win when they were going under the name the Northern Eagles. So here's Burton on to King. Now it's Flanagan going the cutout pass, but there are just defenders everywhere for Parramatta. And Carraz can only take the tackle. Now Jackson for Marshall King. That's got Burton running, and now Shop, slips the pass. That's too much for Addo Carr. Well, everything on Queen's birthday, everything they touch turned to gold. Not today.
I think he was thinking about cutting back on the inside there, Addo Carr. Shop. It's the ball too hard there, straight in his shoulder, no look pass. There's another error there. I think that's their 11th for the game there from the Bulldogs.
They've been beaten in all departments. They've conceded 7 line breaks, have yielded over 300 more metres. Every statistical category dominated, not just won by Parramatta, but dominated. There's Marnie linking up with Bowler. Over halfway. Marnie again's going to work the right side. Moses. Oh, he puts his man near corner away. And a crucial tackle around the ankles. But they're lining up on the left side here. Moses, the kick. Not again. Brown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yes. Moses, Brown. What a combination. They are really showing off now.
You know the most amazing thing about that? Mitch Moses was getting treated by the trainer in the backfield. Gets himself reloaded. Here's the bus, the short pass, straight through. Gets himself involved again. Little grubber kick in and behind. Look at that, Brown. What about the speed? Caught out of position, Averillo. And Brown scores again. But Moses is getting treated back here in the 20-metre line, getting his calves rubbed.
He saw something, so I'm not going to miss out on this. So now, well, the mind boggles at how big this margin can be. This is some match. Dylan Brown. So that's 5 tries he's had a direct hand in. 2 scored, 3 try assist. Well, of course he's got to get rubbed down block because he was getting rubbed down before and had it interrupted.
Only did half a job, you reckon?
Well, clearly. Now he's going to put this through. He's not going to miss out on a couple of points either. Don't be silly. So this now should get it to 38-6. It's Dylan Brown's afternoon, but boy, hasn't Mitchell Moses shown how valuable he is and why he was needed to be rushed back into this team. And we've seen this sort of movie before. I don't think Brad Arthur's going to crack too many smiles. But we've seen this at Bankwest where they just rip teams apart once the game is over and done with as a contest. So 38-6. 50 very much in play. Canterbury for the 2nd straight week conceding a big score. 42 last week, 38 so far. And we're talking about the soccer skills of Brown. It was the deft kicking there of Moses. Just a little tap on the outside of the boot. That side of the right boot there to set Dylan Brown up.
Stay behind.
So today it's not Burton and Addo Carr showing off with the boot. It's Moses and Brown.
Stay behind.
And the only fans that have left here are Canterbury fans. That's a kick. And Sevo. Well, you're not going to see that often. Ball ripped out of his hands. Carraz out-duels him. So Pangai Jr. in a running battle early with Paolo, but Paolo is happy to let Sivo do the work there, and Sivo plenty strong to make that tackle. King! And Harrison Edwards, the young man in his third game. Now Flanagan. Burton, dumbing. Away from Campbell Gillard, well, not quite away. Campbell Gillard just holds on. Flat-footed is form. One tackle left. So playing the ball, Marshall King. He rolls it in here, and they get something out of it, but no trouble for Clint Gutherson.
There's not much space here to run through. Shot clock on.
Parramatta's biggest ever win over Canterbury is probably not going to be tested today. 56-4 when this place used to be called Parramatta Stadium back in 2005. So we're a long way from that, even though it is quite the thumping we're witnessing this afternoon. Now, that's got the 10. Oh, Carraz. He gets out of trouble, Carraz. He puts himself in awkward positions with his leaps, but he does come down with the ball. Second time he's had that sort of catch today. He's a wonderful first year. Of course, that COVID drama set it up for him, and he took that opportunity up at Suncorp against Brisbane. He really hasn't looked back. Dogs here in slow motion. Pangai Jr. is the decoy. Burton is the receiver. Oh, at Avarillo, he saw his man pouring in Wanga Blake, and it was a loose pass anyway. And Will Penasini, for a split second, had visions of going all the way.
You reckon he might have had a little bit of a Bo Peep there? Some sort of tackle that. Look at that, Bushka.
Well, that's what's the next level up from hospital pass? There's Paolo now playing it. This is Ofahiki Ogden, a former Bulldog. 45 games over 4 years for the Blue and Whites. Came to Parramatta on a train and trial. Gets a spot just before the finals. It's a neat pass from Moses. There, Corday was strong early. Gets it to the 30 here. Paolo onto Ogden. Now Gutherson to a running Brown. Lane trying to crash his way through. There's the typical offload. Opacek exploring. This time plenty of Bulldogs there to make the tackle. 10 metres away here, Parramatta, from yet another try. Dylan Brown. Moses. Gutherson. Oh, Addo-Carr.
And the ruling is the forward pass.
Oh, okay. Forward pass. Didn't travel far to get to Addo-Carr, who knocked it down. But it's going to be a Canterbury ball. Well, that, Steve Roach, is Josh Addo-Carr's day. That he has swallowed up all season. How many length of the field tries? It's just not his afternoon.
Well, I reckon his eyes would have lit up too. Addo-Carr, ball just over his right shoulder, just that tad, a little bit too much. Had he have caught that, would have been shut the gate. He's made that decision to come in and make those tackles all game.
By the way, a thumping crowd, 26-4-5-1. 26-4-5-1. That is a wonderful Saturday afternoon crowd here at CommBank Stadium.
Let's go. Let's go. Break.
Yes, it's been a long time, and maybe I'll be proven wrong, since we've had a crowd that big in this time slot anywhere.
Back straight, Dylan.
But plenty of Canterbury fans too, part of that, but not getting much joy this afternoon.
Tom straight, mate.
They love that rivalry, don't they, the fans?
It was a great atmosphere on Queen's birthday as well. That was a Canterbury home game.
Ryan, wait.
Roughly the same crowd. Maybe a few less, but certainly had a great atmosphere today. Pangai Jr. to Burton, now shot. There's Addo-Carr, now he's away. There's the kick. The chase coming through from Avarillo. Brown, nonchalant, trouble. Oh, he does enough. Now, Addo-Carr's going to claim he's grounded it in between Dylan Brown's legs, and he's going to get a look. He's going to get a bunker viewing of this.
Come out for tackle 4 here. I've no try. Just make sure it's knocked backwards off Parramatta, and that he does actually torso ground it above the waist. We then have a grounding from Bulldogs.
You would have thought that Brown would have clocked off after the game that he's had this afternoon. Let's have a look at it.
That's going to be a try.
Yep.
That's going to be
if there's a torso grounding from Dylan Brown.
Well, there's no control from Brown.
Well, it's not torso, is it?
No, he's missed it completely.
No.
That's a try.
Dylan Brown grounds the ball in his own in goal. We have a decision.
Wow, okay. Well, Josh pumped the fist too. See, he went early.
Did he ever have any control over that roll? He rolled over the top of it.
He's grounded with his torso in his own in goal. Now we're backwards.
So that ends that. But Canterbury will get it back. But
Stay
even
behind.
when he gets it wrong, he seems to get it right. And up it goes for Carraz. If we get a chance, we might have another look at that replay, but we've got this to look at here. But there's now Flanagan onto Vaughan.
Help! Release! Back foot! Yeah.
So now it's a deep pass. Burton gets it second receiver. Jackson's lost that, or has he? Parramatta players certainly think so, and maybe the viewing wasn't there for the touch judge. Nothing doing for Aaron Shop. And comes now away from Max King. Now the ball comes out here to Burns. The flick pass that is ricocheted off Harrison Edwards. Lane's not sure. He couldn't resist. Could not resist. So it did come off an eel. And Canterbury will go again.
Yeah, Tuffman will go for touch. Let's go.
Okay, so it didn't come off Edwards at all. It was just all Parramatta. So Canterbury, another opportunity. Got to say they've had a few, even with this scoreboard stacked up against them. Pangai Jr. onto Flanagan. Here's Burt getting it onto Shop. Shop and Penasini. Penasini just holds on. Shop is strong. There's Pangai Jr. Followed up by a play out to the right. With Avarillo linking up with Burns. This has got to be a chance. Burns tries to do it on his own. Ball comes out. It's play on for Avarillo. So in the end, at least for the Dogs, they get another couple of plays.
I reckon he scores there if he backs himself.
Vaughan. Oh, he was there on the ground. It's play on for now. Pangai Jr. Oh, that's great. Parramatta scramble. And that is a changeover.
Yeah, and have a look at the scramble there. 4 players around. Pangai Jr. picked up the ball. He would have backed himself there and thought he was going to score. And that is great scramble there from Parramatta. Winning this game comfortably 38-6, but desperate on goal defence.
Skates on if they're going to get 50, but they've got a big win today. That's all that really matters. The key is, can they do it 2 in a row? They might have to win 3 in a row, which is something they've only done once this year. That was very early in the season. Moses now slipping inside Burton as well as Jackson, and away from Edwards and Pangai Jr. Now locked up by King. Will be 5 wins from their last 7 for the Eels, so it's more consistent than it has been, as Brown on the last. Gutherson's in trouble. Oh, keeps it alive. Opacek. Well, that's fantastic stuff to at least get a kick away, even though it's a pretty easy one for Addo Carr. Parramatta's got Brisbane next week at Suncorp. Brisbane will see, I guess, next Thursday the after effects of the smashing they copped. And that may be very well for a home final for both those sides. And then a game against Melbourne that shapes as one. Oh, hello, here's King down the middle. Oh, he goes himself. Max King. Oh, he slips the pass and it's kicked too far by Pangai Jr.
It was all started by Pangai Jr. with a little in and away. Wonderful pass before the line. King straight onto the ball. And again, the desperation chase here from Parramatta. They had to turn around and chase. The topper check comes away with the tackle.
Just to finish off that point on Parramatta, they may face a Melbourne team that has serious stakes in that round 25 game. They might be playing for top 2, so not going to be easy for the Eels.
They know how to win big games.
There's a game next Saturday night, I'm projecting here, but the Cowboys South that is going to define so much of the top 8 and the last round for both sides and teams in and around them. But we've got plenty of good footy between now and then. As here's Ogden at the line. Paolo. One offload for Junior Paolo today. Now it's swung out here and Paul Fusi. His 14th run, he really has rolled his sleeves up. So on the last, Moses this time to the air, and he's searching for Blake. Taps it in for Burton. Now Burton. Oh, he's into stride. Matt Burton. The chase from Moses. It's Moses and Burton. There's the kick. This time there's no Addo-Carr coming through. And Gutherson, he takes it. Addo-Carr was there eventually, but he just couldn't make an impression.
What about the chase from Moses? The game's gone. They've won easily.
Well, Dylan Brown. Well, this will be something if he can set up something from this part of the field. There's Penasini looking for options inside the last 2 minutes. Burton down in back play, by the way. So they're down to 12. And they've struggled to defend with 13 today. Paolo on to Blake. Keeping it alive. Someone needs to cover. Near Corday. Burton has been in that downward dog position for seemingly a minute. Now it's Moses. Paolo. Out it comes. Must score. Wagga Blake. Easy. Parramatta get to the 40s. The Eels finish in style, aided by Canterbury missing a defender, and look at the tired Canterbury defence there, all on their knees, on their backsides, and that's encouraging. Matt Burton gets up.
Well, he's some sort of player, Parlo. He just knew exactly. He didn't panic as soon as he got the ball. Wonderful ball player. Just turned his body in and then got that long pass out to Wonga Blake. And they've just run riot here this afternoon, the Parramatta side. They've run the Bulldogs ragged. Just watch Paulo here. Just turns his body. That's perfect play. Gets the offload. Straight away it's on. Wonga Blake won't get an easier one than that.
So Wonga Blake joins Dylan Brown with doubles. Dylan Brown, by the way, 115 Supercoach points. Mitch Moses, 99. I thought Dylan might have got more. They do recalibrate those, but, well, congratulations. If you've got him, you're probably going to win. I think it's final week, isn't it, or second last week? Anyway, a kick here with Moses to rub some salt into the wound. He's kicking at 5 from 7. And the two misses have collected the post. So Mitch Moses, a superb return. Dylan Brown, the star. And Moses' kick, he misses, but it matters not. Parramatta back in business, at least for 1 week. Now the challenge, can they keep it going? But this afternoon, they've taken care of business with a thumping 42-6 win over the Canterbury Bulldogs.